Hello everyone, I'm Evelyn. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So we got stuff to talk about today because a new trailer came out yesterday for the next expansion pack. And although I did a trailer reaction and we talked about the trailer in the trailer reaction video, I still want to talk about it a little bit today. So we got some things to talk about in today's voiceover. But before we get into that, I also quickly just want to remind you guys that I am still doing the giveaway. So if you didn't know, or I don't know, maybe you just weren't aware, I'm doing a giveaway for 3 free packs for The Sims 4. And yes, Dream Home Decorator is included in those packs. So you can head on over to the community tab on my channel and check out how you can join. So it's only running until like Sunday, I think. So if you haven't joined already and you are interested in winning a pack for free, definitely head on over there after you watch this video and check out how you can join the giveaway. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the trailer before we talk about this build, even though I don't really feel like there's a whole lot to say about this. I mean, it's a tiny house, or sort of a tiny house. It's definitely on the bigger side. Like, I was having so many issues with the roofing as well for some reason. You know, when you put down a roof on a building and sometimes the ceiling will disappear, it's super annoying. Like, out of the blue, it'll just be gone. I had that issue happening to me, and even though I framed up the areas with like fencing and stuff, the low fence from Get to Work, it still wasn't showing. Whatever, but we're building a tiny house that's kind of a tiny house for 2 students, so it's definitely a bit more spacious and luxurious compared to the other tiny houses for students that I've done here on the channel. I have done a couple before, I think at least 2 before or something like that. So it's definitely a little bit bigger, a little bit more luxurious, more spacious, you know, all the things that students really appreciate. So because when you're a student, you don't really have a lot of money, and you know, anything spacious is a luxury basis. It's a luxury, basically. I cannot speak today. Anyway, it's one of those days. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're doing great. Obviously, I've already checked out this week, so actually I'm still recording this weekend, so my week is not over yet, but I hope you're all gonna be enjoying your weekend if you have the weekend off, and if not, then hang in there, buddies. We're gonna get through this anyway. So yeah, we're building this tiny house today. Did I say it was just for two Sims, 2 roommates? I think so. It's built on a 20 by 15 in Newcrest, so it's one of the lots that I usually tend to build on when I do these more modern looking tiny houses, and it is inspired by a picture that I found on Pinterest. So I kind of wanted to go with something that had like a touch of something else compared to all of the more mid-century modern looking tiny houses that I tend to do with the not A-shaped roof, but you know, the the pyramid-shaped roof. I don't know how to explain it. You guys probably know what I mean if you look at my tiny houses. So this roof kind of caught my eye because it's turned around. So I don't know. It's just a little bit different. Turned around. I'm not actually sure that's how you would say that. It's like rotated at a 90-degree angle or something, whatever. So yeah, we're building this today, and I did say that I wasn't going to be using like primarily Dream Home Decorator a lot, but hear me out, guys. Okay, hear me out. So because the trailer came out yesterday and I got to see what the vibe was, what aesthetic we're going for in the next expansion pack, what kinds of builds that I'm going to be doing with the next expansion pack, it dawned on me that we're going to go in a completely different direction than what we've been doing lately. So I need to save all my cottage ideas for when that expansion pack comes out, or at least until I get my hands on it, or whatever is going to happen with that. So obviously that means I can't really build a lot of cottages now. Everything has to be a little bit sleeker so that I can save all those good ideas for when I get my hands on the expansion pack, right? Like, that makes sense, right? Okay. I don't want to get all of my good cottage ideas out of the way before I even get the pack, is what I'm trying to say. So I decided to build another more modern looking house, and I'm terribly sorry, but at the same time I'm not really sorry because I like these kinds of houses. So I hope you guys will like it too, and I hope you'll forgive me for using Dream Home Decorator again. I'm super excited for the expansion pack though. You guys know, like, other than building mid-century modern looking houses, because I don't actually like full-on mid-century modern houses, but the more like Scandi vibe houses that are definitely on the modern side, also slightly contemporary-ish houses as well. I don't know how to explain those. Whatever. And also like craftsman. I like craftsman houses. I do love a good cottage. You guys would know that. I haven't built a lot of them lately, but that's also because, you know, we've had a couple of packs where they didn't really fit into that whole vibe. So I'm super excited to be building more cottages. Like, I love a good little cozy cottage, and I'm super excited for that. Okay, I don't have a better word to use than excited. My vocabulary is not that big. It's fine. I did mention in the trailer reaction video that I was kind of underwhelmed, but I was underwhelmed by the trailer simply because it included a lot of footage of like the animals, which is fair, like they're new, shiny, fun, different. And it showed a lot of like interactions and stuff as well. Like we got to see the family cooking together, for example. But when you're a builder and you don't really play the game, like do actual gameplay, because I still consider building playing the game, because you know it's a part of the game, you're still playing it. I'm just not doing gameplay. So when you don't really do that and you want to see all the cool new build and buy stuff, there wasn't really a lot of that in the trailer. So I was kind of underwhelmed in that way. The animals look super cute though. I'm kind of tempted to do some gameplay with it for just like extra videos, if you will. So I have been considering that also because I like gardening. Gardening is fun. This is why I like Stardew Valley as well. I just like to garden. I don't know what it is. It's so relaxing to me. So we might do a little bit of gameplay, just like a little bit. Obviously, I'm still a builder, so I'm gonna be prioritizing building over anything else, but I am tempted to do a little bit of gameplay, just a little bit. I feel like whenever there's a new pack out, I always get questions if I can do some gameplay, and I always say no because it's just not what I usually do. It's not how I prioritize my time. I gravitate more towards building, but for a change, I actually feel like maybe jumping into it a little bit. So if that's something you want to see, definitely let me know. I know that the vast majority of you guys are definitely more into build videos, because otherwise you would not be watching this video. You'd be off watching another Simmers Let's Play or whatever. Do they still do Let's Plays? I don't even know anymore. Okay. But if you want to, like, if you actually want to, let me know, because I would love some confirmation or some kind of sign or something, so let me know. Otherwise, we're definitely gonna stick to just cottages. But that doesn't mean, like, me doing gameplay doesn't mean I'll be doing fewer builds. By the way, like I said, they're just gonna be extra videos, so it's not gonna take away from the builds. You're still gonna be getting the same amount of builds regardless of whether or not I do gameplay videos as well. Just so you guys know. Because I remember there was a pack a while ago. I don't remember when it was. Maybe it was Get Famous or something. But I remember saying, like, maybe I wanted to do some gameplay, and someone was like, well, can you just spend that time spend that time, instead of spending it on those videos, just do more builds? And no, it doesn't work like that for me. So I wouldn't be doing extra builds if I wasn't doing gameplay. Gameplay would just be something that I'd be doing on top of the builds. So yeah, let me know. So the two students that I imagined living in this house, one of them is definitely an athletic student. Is that how you say that? They're into sports, very much into sports. And the other one is a little bit more on the nerdy side. However, I think they're more into, like, instead of reading comic books and playing video games and that sort of thing, I feel like they're more into like superhero movies and sci-fi movies and that sort of thing. So I was trying to show that off a little bit in their bedrooms, but both of the rooms are so tiny. There's not a whole lot of space to like place down decor and pictures and whatnot, just because, you know, they still need like a bed, they need a nightstand, they need a desk because with computers on them, because they're students. And they also need a wardrobe or a dresser or something else. So that kind of, I don't know, narrows it down. Like, we don't have a lot of space left after placing all that furniture down, but I was kind of trying to make that a little bit more obvious through their decorations, so it just felt like I had to explain it anyway because it might not be that easy to spot. Of course, you can interpret their decor in any way that you like. I just like to have a picture of the Sims in my head, like what they in my heads. I only have one head anyway. In like what they like hobby wise, and also just what kind of person or sim they are. So that's kind of what I imagined for them, and I have no idea how they ended up with a tiny house that's actually this big and spacious. It's borderline not a tiny house. I kind of didn't follow the tile count simply because I knew that I was going to be using platforms on the exterior, but if you count, also because I had to fix the roof, which is super annoying. Anyway, we've already been through that, so let's just leave that be. But if you count the tiles on the inside of the house, and that's the ones that I usually feel should be, I still don't think exterior count or exterior tile should be counted. I think it should just be the interior ones, and it's super annoying that the exterior ones are still counted, simply because you can do a lot of stuff with extra tiles on the exterior, like fun with the roofing. If you build a micro home and then you place platforms on the top, and you basically, like, the whole ceiling or the whole roof would be made out of platforms, you've basically just doubled the tile count for no reason whatsoever. It's super annoying. So it's a little bit frustrating, but because I want you guys to have the benefits of the tiny house trait, but I just don't want to be stuck to the tile count all the time, you get what I mean? So I kind of didn't include it this time, but if you count the tiles in the interior, it is less than 64, so technically it's a tiny house, but then because of the platforms on the exterior, it's not a tiny house, but it's still a small house. So anyway, it's not really that important. I just feel like I have to explain it anyways, I don't know. But also, I don't know how many of you actually use the tile count, the traits, the benefits you get from living in a tiny house, because personally, I don't play the game as I went over earlier in this video. So for me personally, it doesn't really make a difference, but I'm assuming that some of you actually download the builds and use them for gameplay, so it might matter to you. I don't know, let me know, because I kind of need to know. I realized at this point that I was done with the exterior, but I completely forgotten to decorate this part of the house. So by the TV area, the little living room area, I placed this little unit, and then I just completely forgot to clutter it up because I moved on to the bedrooms after I'd finished the kitchen. I don't know, it happens sometimes. So I went back and fixed that, and that's basically the last thing I add to this build, if I recall correctly. So I'm going to be wrapping up this voiceover now. So if you guys like this build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files are on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box and also in the pinned comment. If you like Roblox, check out my Roblox channel, and if you like lifestyle videos, check out my lifestyle channel. Both will be linked to in the description box and also in the pinned comment. And yeah, that is all. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
With you, everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm